patriotic party's Flagbearer race gathers pace. Kwabena Agyapong's campaign continues to project a message rooted in fairness, grassroots mobilization and clean politics. With the contest heating up and concerns about inducements and unfair advantage taking center stage, attention is now turning to how his campaign plans to navigate the coming weeks. Now joining us to discuss the campaign's direction and outlook is Paul Abdulrahman Issa Dona, Director of the Kwabena Agyapong campaign. Thank you very much and you're welcome.
Thank you.
Right.
Director of Communications.
Yeah, Director of Communications.
Yes.
Very well. Okay. So
Thank
now
you.
the clock is ticking and the Flagbearer race is now in a very decisive moment.
Yes.
You know, what is your candidate's core strategy in the coming weeks and months?
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. You know, basically what we are trying to do as a campaign is to try to bring back the conversation on what politics should actually be. Politics is supposed to be the highest form of public service. So anybody who goes into politics should go in to make sure that it's more or less like a utilitarian form of project, that how can we get the greatest good for the greatest number of people in society. And we look at where our politics is going, where politics now seem to be about aggrandizement, accumulating wealth. And that is what the Kwabena Agyapong campaign wants to depart from, that politics should be anchored on three things: service, sacrifice, and selflessness.
Right.
Once you go into politics, you should be ready to serve, you should be able to sacrifice, and you should be selfless. You should always look out for the vulnerable in society. So after we started our constituency tour, as we speak, we've done about 32 constituencies in the Greater Accra region. We just have 2 constituencies to wrap up our Greater Accra regional tour. We've already done 11 constituencies in the Ashanti region. We are gearing up to go and wrap that one too up. And anytime we speak to the NPP delegate, we tell them that this is what politics should be. That is what Kwabena Agyapong promises. That when they give him the mantle to become the flag bearer of the party, and of course when he becomes the flag bearer, we are sure that Ghanaians will give him the nod to become the president, and then we'll bring politics back to what it's supposed to be, which is everything you do should be targeted at making lives better for the people.
Right now, your candidate has also raised issues on fairness and a potential misuse of incumbency. How are you strategizing to ensure that there's a level playing field, and are you looking at using internal, machinations to achieve this?
Oh yes, I mean, this is an internal election. In fact, if you look at our message, we are saying that we are not acrimonious. The NPP must be unified after the 31st of January. So we are not going to be acrimonious, we are not going to do rabble-rousing. When we have a concern, we raise it with the party. Don't forget, Engineer Kwabena Agyapong was a former general secretary of the party. So he understands the party structure. He respects party structure. So when we have an issue, we pick it with the party. And then because we know what we are, we understand the NPP constitution, we're able to deal with it at that level. So yeah, whatever issues we have, we are dealing with it at that level.
Right, so let me also find out from you the issue of inducements and moneycracy. You are contesting against people with high-level resources.
So
how are you? Well, yeah, right. So, how are you ensuring that you can match up, while staying true to your clean and principled politics?
Yes. You see, that is one of the cancers that this campaign wants to uproot from the body politics in Ghana. The monetization of politics. So, if you look at, in fact, Engineer Kwabena Agyapong, after the loss we suffered in 2024, when he sat down and evaluated what has happened, he said, look, one of the reasons why this monetization issue is eating up the party, and it's not just the NPP, if we are to be honest, but let's deal with the NPP's on now, is that sometimes because just a few people are voting, then people are able to induce them. So that's why he made a proposal on the 17th of April to the party that, look, let's expand the voting populace. Include all former polling stations from 1992, at the time they were called wards. Include all of them. Include all former polling station executives. Include all former constituency executives, all former DCs, all former ministers, all former MPs. Expand the voting base so that you get about at least 2 million people voting. If you have 2 million people voting, and somebody wants to go and buy, as we say, 2 million televisions to come and share, the person should go and buy it so that we all see it. When you do that, it will reduce that level of inducement. Well, at the National Executive Council, he argued they said they will not give that total expansion, but at least they agreed that former constituency executives should vote, former MPs should vote, former DCs should vote. That has expanded it a little bit. So it is a way, and he has promised that if he's given the nod, he will ensure that all former executive, former party officials will vote, and eventually all card-bearing members of the NPP will vote. When you broaden it like that, then you can reduce the money crisis. But aside from that, as we stand now, what we are doing is we are just telling the NPP delegates that, look, don't look at money. Look at who can deliver the job. Look at who can give NPP power in 2028. Right. The NPP, as we say, needs rejuvenation. We need to change the way we do things. And Kwabena Agyapong is the one who can do that. So that is what we should look at. It's power we want. Look at the person who can bring the party together and make sure that we get that power. So that message, I think, is sinking very well with the delegates. Anytime we meet them and we speak with them, they are very excited about his message, and I think we are good to go.
Now, you know, early polls that we have seen have put the likes of Dr. Baumia and other candidates ahead of Engineer Kwabena Agyapong. What is your strategy? Do you think that he's, I mean, in this to win, realistically? And moving around, do you see some regions, constituencies, other blocks where you think that in these areas he will make serious gains? Oh yes, very much so. You know, the last time I was telling your other colleague that I know that those of us who are part of this campaign, for want of a better expression, are not part because we don't have anything to do. Okay. It's because we've seen that Kwabena Agyapong is the most viable candidate. If you look at the people even leading the advisory board, the likes of former Foreign Affairs Minister Kwesi Oseyeje, okay, we have Honorable Benida Akon, former MP for Etiwa, Honorable Yaberema, Honorable Ransford Agyapong, Honorable Ofosua Samoa. These are stalwarts of the party. Okay, and we believe that is the one who provides the best choice for the NPP. So yes, we are in this to win. We have our own strategy, and with regard to the poll, you know, you are a brilliant journalist, and you know that if polls were what determines president, but Donald Trump wouldn't have won 2016. He wouldn't have won 2024. I mean, what Alan Lichtman, who is claimed to be the Nostradamus of polls with his 7 keys, said he has looked at 7 keys. Kamala Harris is going to win, and what happened? Donald Trump won. We are people of intellectuals. We understand polling, but you know. You see, if you do your research, when it comes to researching, you have dependable and independent and dependent variables. Well, I also have what we call the unseen variables. You see, if one of our opponents goes to a constituency and the moment he leaves there, a pollster calls them and talks to them, there's a high likelihood that they will say, oh, we'll vote because his message is the freshest. Maybe our campaign has not yet gone there. Do you get it? Yeah. So our argument is that by the 31st of January, by which time we would have crisscrossed the whole country and would have met all the delegates. By that time, when you poll, you will see that everybody will be saying Engineer Kwabena. Because when you put your ears on it, everybody is saying he has the best message. He has the best message. That let's bring MPP back to its roots. That let's make politics people-centered. Do you get it? So we are very certain that we are going to win. The polls, yes, we look at what they are saying, but we don't run our campaign based on what a poll is saying, because there are so many elements that end up producing the results that polls produce. But you know, with regard to connecting to the grassroots and all, most of the aspirants are saying the same thing, that the party needs to be rebuilt. They are talking about unity in the party and all. How special is yours, and how are you couching it, you know, to make it sound very appealing to the delegates?
Yeah, so you look at it from who has done it before. So let's first of all take Engineer Kwabena Agyapong's tenure as the General Secretary of the party. By the time he was orchestrated out of the party in 2015, he had done about 250 polling station elections for the NPP parliamentary primaries. So if we went into 2016 election, the NPP had 169 seat. It was because of the work he did before he was orchestrated out. Since he left, we've seen what has happened to the party. Now it is 87 members. So he's done that before. He's the first person who asked every constituency, because he believed that elections are won at the constituency. So he asked all the constituencies in the country to open bank accounts. And he sent money to all the constituencies, and they received it. So he has demonstrated he understands how to build the party. He understands the party structure. He has demonstrated that. If you look at, and the next point is that You know, whether we like it
Yeah.
or not, the last 4 years was difficult for Ghanaians due to external factors, the debt exchange, COVID, the rush. They were all, and of course, people blame the government, and rightfully so.
Which you've taken responsibility for.
It, yes. So, but if you look at all the people who are contesting, the only person who was not part of the last government is Kwabena Agyapong. So that anger that people have for the party, for the things that happen, that anger, if you select Kwabena Agyapong, people will not visit that anger on him. They will say, oh, as for this man, let's give him a chance because he was not part of those we are blaming for these things. So if you look
but he's not NPP?
He's NPP, but I'm saying that all those people who are contested, if people are angry with how things turned out, it is the principal actors, okay, who will be blamed. He was not a principal actor.
Very well.
Yes.
So Director of Communication for the Kwabena Agyapong campaign, Paul Abdul Rahman Isadona, thank you very much, and we wish you well.
Thank you for having me.
Right, so